Guys, we are back again with another episode of the Cam and T podcast. I am your host, whatever you want to say, Tony T. Tom West, and I got the other host here with me tonight, Cam. We back again, bro. Episode 18. How you doing, my brother?
Good, bro. Good. I'm excited for this one, man. I'm
Yeah,
really excited for
we
this
were
one,
just
man.
talking about it before we
Yeah.
got on here, man. This is gonna be a really good episode. I mean, honestly, I know I say this every week, but I really slick feel like this is gonna be our best one because we just got so much to talk about tonight. But before we even jump into everything, how you doing tonight, bro? You doing good?
Yeah, man. I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain, bro. I really can't complain right now. I've been chilling, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm getting my spot looking better and trying to, clear some space and really just trying to make everything come together, but how about you, man? How you living, bro? How you
I'm
feeling?
good, man. I can't complain, man. Same, just living, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Taking it day by day, man. That's all you can do. But I'm good though. I
Thanksgiving
think
next week.
thanks. That's right. Thanksgiving is next week, so we
Yeah.
got Thanksgiving next week. Definitely gonna be ready to eat. So yeah, definitely, you know what I'm saying, excited about that, bro. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a really good episode. We got a lot to talk about tonight, y'all. It's gonna be a fun one, man. So let's go ahead and kind of jump into it, man. So tonight we're gonna start off with the college football. A lot going on. We was talking about this before we got on
Mhm.
camera. A lot going on in the college football ranks right now, man. So a few things that we're gonna talk about tonight, just college football wise. Who's Texas A&M's next head coach? That's probably going to be one of the bigger topics of the night. UCLA thinking about firing Chip Kelly. What schools have a really short lease on their coaches? That's something that we'll talk about tonight. Also, as well, NFL quarterback play. We'll talk about that as well tonight. And honestly, how subpar it's been. Really, is Josh Allen a fraud? We'll talk about that tonight because I have real concerns that he may just be a fraud. And then we'll talk about kind of who's our MVPs, such and forth going forward. But this is gonna be a fun episode, man. So y'all lock in, tune in with us, and it's gonna be a good one, man. So yeah, like I said, let's go ahead and kick it off. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Jimbo Fisher fired after being
Gone.
at Texas A&M. Gone, got
It's
paid. I think
it's
76
Jim
million.
Bover. It's Jim
Yeah,
Bover.
yeah, got paid 76 million to pretty much kick rocks. Or maybe even more. It might have been like 78.
I
It
think it's
was close
almost,
to
yeah. I think it
78
was
million.
79 million. I
Yeah,
think
it's
something
like
like that.
yeah, it's like 78 million, 80 million pretty much to get fired.
Yeah.
Um Jimbo Fisher gone from Texas A&M again. And me and Cam was just talking about this offline, and this will kind of go into our next subject. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I do think Jimbo. I seen that Jimbo was going to get fired. I kind of knew it because A&M has these unrealistic expectations for their program. Let's just be flat out honest. A&M is not a national championship winning program. Really, never really has been. At least in my time of being alive, and I've been alive for almost 30 years. And they've never really been like a contender, a national championship contender. Jimbo Fisher has been all right at Texas A&M, and they were paying him, and I agree, they were paying him more than just an all right coach. So I do understand their frustrations, and I do think that they are making the right move for what they want to accomplish. But what I'm getting to is I just don't think Texas A&M is ever going to be like a national championship contender, bro. I never really thought they were. When you're in that state and you're pretty much the little brother to Texas, let's just be honest, Texas runs that state as far as football. Yeah, you're never going to be a real national championship contender in my eyes.
Right.
I mean, that's just how I feel about it. I think Texas A&M football program thinks they're Georgia, they think they're Bama, they think they're Ohio State, and they're not. That's just the facts, bro. Like, and once again, I'm not trying to sound rude. I'm not trying to sound like cynical or nothing like that. I just personally think I think A&M fans, boosters, all that have unrealistic expectations. But I'll let you talk a little bit about the whole Jimbo situation. But like I said, again, he was only there for what, 6 seasons, I believe. Um,
Was it that long?
yeah, he was there for 6 seasons. He went there the first year, went 9-4. The year after that, went 8-5, and then the COVID year happened. So he went 9-1, which is really good for Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Then he turned around and went 8-4. Then he went 5-7, and then 6-4 and fired.
Fired.
So again, I mean, to me, the only super unacceptable year that I see on here was last year when they went 5-7. Besides that, 9-4, 8-4, that's kind of where I expect A&M to be every single year, in my opinion. Again, that's just my opinion. But the floor is yours, Cam. How you feel about this whole Jimbo Fisher situation?
I mean, I just like you said, they don't have realistic expectations at Texas A&M. That's crazy to fire somebody. I mean, he just won by 41. You know what I mean? I just find that it's almost unfathomable because, like, when I seen the notification that he had got fired, I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, they've been talking about firing him for
the last 2 years.
Yeah, they've been saying it for a while, so I wasn't like super surprised. But the surprising thing to me is I didn't realize that they had won this weekend, and then they won big, and that's what really shocks me is that, and I can understand because you were saying, you said this earlier, but he had a legitimate shot to finish the season 8-4, and you know if you if you do that and you beat a really good LSU team, they're gonna bring, and then you mess around and win a bowl game, they got to bring you back another year, you know. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, they should have fired him after, you know, they should have fired him earlier if they was gonna fire him, you know. This don't really make sense to me. It's a weird, college football is just so weird because I feel like a lot of schools, specifically in the bigger Power 5 conferences, they don't give coaches a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, me and you both Clemson guys, we can talk about it. We know Dabo Swinney was on the hot seat, you know what I'm saying, for a second until, you know, we started rolling. You know what I'm saying? We started getting good. You know, his first season was what, 6-7?
Yeah, that was his first season with 6-7. And I think the next year, if I'm not mistaken, he went to I think we might have won 9 games that year and went to the ACC championship. I could be wrong. I'll fact check myself on that. But go ahead though.
No, you good. Let me know if you pull it up. But yeah,
I'm pulling it up now.
But basically, I know he was 6-7 at one point, and then, but basically, what I'm trying to get at is that college football fans are impatient. Boosters are impatient. You know what I'm saying? Universities are impatient. It's just, it's hard to be a coach at a Power 5 school, especially when you're not getting results. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you're a Vanderbilt where they're happy over a 4 or 5 win season,
right,
or a 6 win season. You know what I'm saying? But it's another thing when you're a Texas A&M, when you're a North Carolina, when you're a I'm trying to think of another, or not Boston College, excuse me, Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? Like, these teams are kind of middle of the road. They haven't ever really been, you know what I'm saying? They ain't ever really been great, at least in the last, 20, 30 years. They ain't been great, but they've been good. You know what I'm saying? And they expect at least bowl eligibility year in and year out. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Texas A&M, missing a bowl last year probably should have got him canned.
Yeah.
But they decided to roll him over through this year. And the fact that he just got bowl eligibility and they fired him anyway, it's kind of weird to me.
No, I agree with you. So to kind of go back to the Dabo thing, you were right. The first year Dabo was the full-time coach. He went 9-5. That next year he went 6-7, which did kind of put him on the hot seat. And then that's when the run started in 2011, where they won 10 games. So you were right.
Yeah. So because his first year he took over, right?
Yep. The first year he officially took over as full-time head coach. He went 9-5. And then the next year, which was technically his second full year, he went 6-7. And that's when he was on the hot seat. Actually, I went to that McConaughey Car Care Bowl that year. I remember I went with my dad. He can probably testify to this. And we seen them play USF, and we got blew out.
That's right.
It was embarrassing. And I remember Dabo might not. I was only I'm aging myself a little bit here, but I was only I was maybe in 9th or 10th grade then. No, I was a little older. I was in 10th grade at that point. I was probably in the 9th or 10th grade. So I was 14, 15. But I remember my dad saying, Dabo might get canned. And this was after the 6-7 season in 2010. And then that's when he started the 10-win seasons at that point that next year. So, just to go back to your point, I agree with you, though. Go ahead.
No, you good. Yeah. I remember that now. We played
Mhm.
Taj Boyd had to come in because I think
Yep.
Kyle Parker sat out
Cal
that game.
Parker. Yep.
Yeah, he
Hmm.
sat out. And
He
who
sat
was their
out. Yep.
quarterback? USL. It was Byron somebody or Braxton? Not it was
Yeah, it was
something. You know who I'm
I
talking
can't
about?
remember the guy's name,
He was
but
a
you're on the right path. I just don't
yeah.
remember the guy's name
I
on
think his
top of
name
my
started
head.
with a B.
I do not remember that kid's
Um,
name right now.
but I remember he used to be a really good quarterback though for USL. And then
BJ Daniels. That's his
thank you.
name.
There you go. Yep,
BJ
BJ
Daniels.
Daniels.
Yep.
Yep, there you
That's
go.
his name.
Man, yeah, I remember that. And then we had a couple other bowls. I think we played in the Music City Bowl one year against
We
Kentucky,
did. Yep.
if I remember
Hmm.
correctly.
Yep.
Um, and then obviously we had the Chick-fil-A Bowl against LSU, and I think that's really the one that
That's
changed the
what
whole.
really catapulted
Yeah,
Clemson. Yeah.
yep. And then but anyway, but back basically what I'm saying is coaches get 1 or 2 years. You get your first year of success, and that's basically what they benchmark you off of. You see what I'm saying? So a guy like Jimbo Fisher, he got the added bonus of him coming from Florida State off of a national championship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, and off of a national championship and then off of a college football playoff berth in the first year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Um, and then he goes to Texas A&M. Kind of, I don't say he stunk up the joint, but they wasn't really, they wasn't in no national championship talk. So, but again, like you said, Texas A&M needs to temper their expectations,
Yeah.
or what one thing that we said before, if they don't want to temper their expectations, then they need to get up out the SEC
And you
and
know
roll
they're
into a
not
new
gonna do that
conference
because of the money.
because of the
You know
money.
they ain't
Exactly.
gonna do that. They
I
ain't, they
mean,
ain't leaving the SEC.
Big Brother just came to the SEC in Texas, so they can't lead. They tried to lead. They tried to be Big Brother, and join the SEC first.
Yep.
But hey, but basically, I guess we can get into the next point. Really, I wanted to ask you, outside of like Texas A&M, what other schools are usually like short leashes for their head coaches? You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I'm gonna name off the schools that literally give their coaches no leash. First up on the list, Auburn.
Yeah,
Auburn don't play. You have 2 bad seasons at Auburn, you out of
you
there.
done.
Texas, honestly, is another one. They don't play. 1 or 2 seasons
You're
gone.
done.
I mean, think about it. Just in the last 10 to 15 years, Texas has probably had 4 coaches, 5 coaches
Mac
already, like
Brown,
Charlie Strong, Mac
Charlie
Brown,
Strong, Tom
um,
Herman,
Tom Herman, Sharky. So they
Sark.
don't play. If you have 2 years, they get them up out of there. AB would probably attest to this and agree with this as well. Florida don't play. They already talking about firing Billy Napier right now. They in there talking about firing Billy Napier right now, and he got a top 5 recruiting class coming in. Florida don't play. That's another
Yeah,
school that they will fire their coaches straight up. They'll
yeah.
fire them. Billy Napier, they looking like he on the hot seat. What's my boy that used to be the Gamecocks coach?
Will Muschamp.
Muschamp. What was the dude that had the shark stuff going on? McElwain or whatever his name
Oh
was.
yeah.
Tim
I remember him.
McElwain.
Yeah,
Dan
forgot
Mullen.
about
I mean,
him.
that's just in the last like 7 or 8, 9
Shoot,
years. They
that's
done been through 4 coaches.
hold on. Yeah. They had Who was there last year? Was that Mullen or not last year? But
Yeah,
the
that was Mullen.
that was
Mullen was
Mullen, and
there.
then McElwain was before that, and
Yeah, and it was
then
McElwain before that, and it was Muschamp before
Muschamp.
that, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
So
They
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 don't play. They go
they
through
run it through.
coaches down there in
They
Florida.
yeah, they actually run through them. I
Yeah.
would add. I'm gonna add another school to the list. I'm gonna add 2 more, and I'm gonna get your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I think South Carolina's starting to get there.
Low
I think
key.
I think they starting
Low,
to get there because I
low
seen.
key.
I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know how you feel about it, but I done seen people call for Shane Beamer
I
job, and
have
I'm like,
to.
man,
I have
I
to.
think personally, I think that would be a mistake. I don't think he that bad of a coach. Personally, I
I
think
mean, again,
it's too
I think
early.
it goes back to what I said about Texas A&M. Some of these schools have unrealistic expectations.
Yeah,
South Carolina, I'm not even trying to say this to be funny or like try to joke on y'all because I'm a Clemson fan. If you are a South Carolina fan, you should be jumping up for joy to be bowl eligible. If you get the 6 wins, that
yeah,
is a great season
that's a win.
because that schedule is tough. recruiting in that area is tough because Clemson's been elite these last couple years. They're not as elite as they were, but they've been really good. Then you have Georgia that's only like 2.5 hours away from you.
Yeah.
So their success is going up crazy. Auburn is not that far away, and they recruit very well in the same areas you do. Florida comes up in those same exact area. The Florida schools come up, get some of those players. South Carolina fans should absolutely be ecstatic if they win these next two games and get to 6-6. South Carolina fans are another fan base that thinks, oh, if we don't get the 10 or 11 wins, we're scrubs. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. At South Carolina, you're not going to do that. Like, just to be flat out honest. Like, the things that Dabo has done at Clemson are unheard of. Unheard of. Coming to Clemson and making them a powerhouse, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I think most of the time, as a South Carolina fan, if you can get 7 wins, that's a tremendous season. Like, it's just what it is, bro. So again, I don't think they should fire Shane Beamer at all. He's doing the best recruiting jobs since Steve Spurrier left the door.
Yeah, I'm about to say they didn't have in a while.
Yeah, so ain't no, I wouldn't fire. I'll tell you another school that's going to surprise you. They either lose their coaches to other jobs or they get fired. I think the way Mississippi State did Dave Arnett or whatever his name was absolutely wrong. They fired that man after not even one season, bro.
10 games.
One season. I mean,
that's
come
crazy.
on, he didn't even finish the first season, and they coach just died. Like, not trying to be funny, but like for real, he was put in a horrible situation. Arnett from Mississippi State got fired after 10 games, and their coach just died not even a year ago, bro. And you asked that man to come in and you fired him. I thought that was pretty jacked up what Mississippi State did.
I don't know. I don't know what the point of that was. I'm confused. I'm not. I mean,
and Mississippi State is another program. I know Brandon Walker might hear this. Another pretty undesirable program. Nobody wants to go there. Like, again, you're in the same position as South Carolina, those type of schools. Nobody really wants to go there because they know they're going to be the bottom of the barrel in the SEC and maybe in the middle at best. That's just what it is. So, man, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
What was their thought process? What was their thought process behind?
I guess because this is what I suspect. Because the coach died, right, last year, right around this time, around Christmas time, New Year's time, he passed away, right? So I guess for their sake, they said, hey, let's hire somebody that already is here, that everybody already knows, and everybody's kind of connected with. We'll hire the Arnett dude, right? Arnett in Mississippi State is struggling, right? Let's just call it what it is. They're not good. They're really bad right now. But when you just lost Ra Thomas, who's probably your best player on your team, he left to go to Georgia, right? And you lost all your talent in the transfer portal. And then on top of that, the recruits that you had, you lost some of them because, once again, they probably came there for Leach, and he died. So it's like, okay, what's the point of me coming there? Like, again, bro, Arnett was put in a horrible position, and y'all fire him after 10 games. Y'all ain't even really gave this man a chance.
Yeah, 10 games is not enough.
Again, Mississippi State is not no illustrious, oh my God, we need to be trying to get to the college football playoffs. Y'all ain't been there since Dak Prescott was there. Y'all ain't had aspirations since Dak was there. So again, another program with more unrealistic expectations. Like, I'm just being real, bro. And matter of fact, not to cut you off, I'm going to jump to another school, which also had breaking news about an hour ago. All of a sudden, UCLA wants to fire Chip Kelly. Now, granted, I think the start of Chip Kelly was rough. I'm not going to hold you. Because in 2018, he went 3-9. In 2019, he went 4-8. Then the COVID year happened. He went 3-4. In my personal opinion, he should have been canned after the COVID year. Yeah, he should have been canned after the COVID year if you want to do that. Then after the COVID years, when he stepped it up, he went 8-4, and then last year he went 9-4. This year he had them 6-4 again. Now I will say this: that offense has took a step back. It looks like he might have missed on Dante Moore because he doesn't look good, and that might be why they were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and can him before we go up to the pack. Before we go up to the Big Ten. Now, with that being said, UCLA, again, I'm a fan of their basketball program, but again, this is a program that perennially goes 8-4, 9-3 every season. Why are you firing Chip Kelly? I don't get it. Now, a lot of people say, well, the offense sucks and he hasn't recruited well and all this stuff. Now, I will say this, and this will jump into something maybe later on at another day. UCLA is a very attractive program. UCLA is a very attractive program. It's in LA. It has great education, great facilities. I don't know if you've seen the Cam Newton video where he walked through their facilities on YouTube. Beautiful facilities. The stadium, you play in the Rose Bowl, the most iconic stadium, like football wise, in the country. It don't get no better than that.
Oh, that's their home stadium.
Yes. So UCLA is it's in a really good situation as far as attractiveness. It's good. I'm not gonna lie, but I think they're another school that has unrealistic expectations for their football team. Again, they should be okay with getting 9 wins every season, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it. They get 9 wins, they should be jumping up with joy. Because when you have to play Oregon, Washington, USC every single year, guaranteed, no doubt about it, yeah, you better be glad to be getting 8 or 9 wins because that's rough. And it's going to get even rougher when they go to the Big Ten.
Big Ten.
They're going to be probably, depending on who they hire as a coach, and I want to talk about that before we start moving on to the NFL. Before, I just think personally, in my opinion, the coach that I think that would fit UCLA perfectly, in my opinion, I don't know if this is going to happen. I think the dude down there at Arizona, Jeff Fitz or whatever his name was, I think he would fit the program well. He's doing a really good job. And he actually was there. He was the interim coach after they fired Jim Mora. I think Jed Fitch would do a great job there. And then also as well, I also think Jamie Caldwell, who's Jamie Chadwell, who's up there at Liberty. I think he would do a really good job at that place too, at UCLA too. And this dude said it, and I get why, but this is a perfect quote of what I'm saying. He said, all those reasons is why UCLA has high expectations, the stadium, the location, etc. Unjustified expectations. And I agree. I agree. Like, I get it. They're in LA, but let's be real. USC is big brother there.
They run that. Yeah.
Let's keep it a band. UCLA is second fiddle. So that's just how I feel about it. But yeah, I think those two coaches would be good. And to go back to Texas A&M, I think the writing's on the wall. I think they take Mike Elko from Duke. So Duke, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Mike Elko, I think it's a no-brainer in my opinion. Yeah. He's already had familiarity with the program. He's been there. He was there for 3 years. And yeah, I mean, that's just really what it is. So yeah.
I like that. I was going to say 2 more schools. I know Deontay just said it in the chat. I think Miami got a pretty nice turnover too.
Yeah, they do. Miami fires coaches left and right. They don't play.
I forget who they had. They got Cristobal now, but I forget who they had before him. It wasn't.
They had the Penn State DC, right? Manny Diaz.
That's right. Yeah. That's what I thought. And then before that, Mark Richt,
right? And then before him, they had Al Golden, right?
I don't know who that is.
Was it Gold? Yeah. So again, this is all within a 10-year.
Yeah, this ain't been that long. Yeah.
Manny Diaz. Miami has fired like 5 coaches in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So pretty much every other year you got a new coach.
Yeah. Every time somebody get hired, they always say, "Oh, this guy." They always say, "This is the right guy that's going to bring them back to the promised land."
Yeah.
And then 6 games later, this guy ain't the guy. They need to move on. Blah blah blah. They already talking about moving on from Cristobal.
Right.
And then the last one was, I think Florida State got a pretty nice turnover too.
They do too. Yeah, they fire coaches out
now,
there.
Sometimes they say they might keep their coaches just a little bit too long. They had Jimbo. Who was after Jimbo? Was it Willie Taggart there?
Taggart. It was Taggart.
Okay, they kept him for a little bit, and then and now it's
Norvell.
Norvell. So maybe they turn over.
They're a little bit more patient than the other Florida schools.
They're a little bit. Yeah, they're a little bit better. They're a little bit better, but no, for sure, them other Florida schools, they're a little rough, man.
They fire. They're not gonna play at all. And again, just to kind of go back to the UCLA point, I think Denzel kind of put it perfectly. UCLA is like the Clippers, and Southern Cal is like the Lakers. UCLA has drawn in, even though they are the little brother and can beat us at times, but they can never put it together. And this guy said the same thing. Deontay said the same thing. The facts is UCLA is little brother, but they can easily be a power, which is wild. And I agree. And that's the thing. That's why I say I think UCLA is a very, very attractive job for a head coach, especially if you can come in there and get like 9 wins and maybe a 10th win or something like that. UCLA is a very, very attractive job, especially with NIL and all that stuff.
I'm
Now
about to say it should be attractive for recruiting classes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, once again, it's a very attractive. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say something real unpopular. You might not agree with it. I think the UCLA job is more attractive than A&M, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because A&M, you're going to be in a pressure cooker. As soon as you step on out there, if you don't get to a national championship, you might as well go in and start packing your bags. Because that fan base is unrealistic.
Yeah.
At least at UCLA, you can get a couple 9-win seasons and you probably good. You go to Texas A&M, you don't get them to 10 wins, get them to an SEC championship, you gone. You out of there. So I definitely would prefer to go to UCLA than Texas A&M in my opinion.
I wouldn't take for me straight up, to be completely real with you, I wouldn't take no SEC job, bro. To be honest with you, unless
they pay well, but the pressure is on you as soon as you walk in the door.
I'm telling you, I personally just couldn't do it, bro. Like
I think, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think there should only be about 8 schools. Here are my 8 schools who should have instant heat pressure as soon as you walk in the door: Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State. I think personally, in my opinion, still, because what Dabo has built, Clemson, if he ever decide to leave, I think I would probably. Did I say Bama? I hope I said Bama.
No, you didn't say Bama.
That should be number 1, Bama, because they're always expected to win. I think Southern Cal, because of they own the West Coast. Like, that's just what it is. Always has been. So I would say Southern Cal, you should immediately hop out into high expectations. I'm going to be honest, bro. Texas, too, I would probably say, because of, like I said, Big Brother. It's a big football state. Besides those, what is that? That's 7 schools. I don't think nobody else should walk in and have instant pressure. I don't think Florida State should. I don't think Miami should. I don't think we're not back in the 90s anymore, bro. Like, that's what it is. Like,
what about Notre Dame?
Oh, Notre Dame. That's another one. Yeah. For sure.
I think they gotta. I wouldn't say
they're like one of America's teams.
Yeah, and they don't play in no conference, so you gotta be moving something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be making something shape.
The 8 schools to me. You can, if you want to throw Florida and Florida State in there, I'm okay with that. But I really only think there should be like 10 schools max. That should be, as soon as you walk in, it's pressure. Like A&M to me, it should not be no pressure when you walk in. To me, if you get the 9 wins, 8 wins every season, they should shut up. In my personal opinion, I mean, straight up. Like, I don't know why A&M fans are acting like that job is super attractive. It's just not.
It's not. I was gonna say Florida State, but I don't. But at the same time, I mean, I just feel like the pressure should be at least. It might not be national championship pressure, but it should be at least ACC pressure.
Yeah,
especially right now. Yeah. Especially right now.
But I'm also talking about national title pressure.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah.
No, I get it.
Another one pulled out. Hold. We forgot about one. LSU got to be on that list as well. Deontay called it out. Good call. LSU got to be on that list as well. To me, because every coach that has came through LSU in the last 20 years has at least won one ring.
Got a natty. Yeah.
So LSU got to be on there. So Brian Kelly, you slick on the hot seat. Not gonna lie. But that's what I would say, man.
I agree.
I think LSU. So okay, let me say that again. So my schools, I think that as soon as you walk in the door, it should be pressure as a head coach. Is Georgia, Alabama. I'm gonna say Texas. I'm gonna go ahead and say LSU as well. I'm gonna go ahead and say Michigan and Ohio State. And I'm gonna go ahead and say Clemson because of what Dabo has built now. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have said that, but now I will. And then I would probably say on the outside looking in, or maybe USC and Notre Dame. And then I would say on the outside looking in, I would probably say the Florida schools, Florida State, Miami. Them are the only 11 schools where you should walk in and instantly it's national title or get to stepping like in 3 years.
I don't think Miami should be there personally. Um,
Their
I just,
their fans are rabid, bro. I'm telling you.
oh yeah, they
Their
probably
fans are
rabid.
still living in the 90s, bro. They
They
want
probably
Natty.
they probably rabid, but I mean, it's just Miami ain't been good since I've been alive, bro. I mean, I at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's almost, I hate to say it, but it's almost like the same as almost Nebraska.
Yeah, pretty
Been
much.
the way
Pretty
they've been
much.
talking, you know. I mean, your time, the line has moved. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, no, I take that back. What was it? 2000, 2001?
Yeah,
That was it.
2000. Yeah.
Something
Hmm.
like that. Yeah. And they still produce good NFL talent. I mean, it's just, they ain't, I don't think they should have like natty. I mean, everybody should have aspirations, but they shouldn't be. You got to build something. You got to bring somebody in and build something. And that's why I say Miami shouldn't be firing coaches after 1 or 2 years, because
Yeah.
they just not going. I mean, it's just not the same program right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got to bring guys in and allow them to build a program. You know what I mean? But everybody else, I for sure agree with. But but something you had said. Oh, let's talk about this real quick. I had texted you about it earlier, and I really want to say this. And this kind of moves into college football playoff talk. All
Uh-huh.
right. Michigan. If Michigan don't make the college football playoff this year, well, matter of fact, forget that. Forget that. If Michigan don't make the national championship game this year, we need to have an honest conversation about that program. All right. And maybe it's just me, maybe it's my head that just puts this on them. But I feel like every single year they're in some kind of trouble. All right. It might not, it might be academic trouble, it might be a cheating scandal. Harbaugh been suspended twice in the same season, which is crazy. Uh you know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't he suspended the first 2 games of the season? And
3.
then first 3 games of the season, now he's suspended for 3 more, right?
Yep. So
Like,
literally
that's,
half the season, pretty much.
yeah, like you lost 6 games. That's crazy to me. And then my man got on TV and did all that crying, like Harbaugh was dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the weirdest thing. But I just feel like Michigan has no excuse. They got the easiest schedule in the country out of all like the top teams. All right. They was there last year. They should have made the national championship last year, but was turning the ball over and let TCU win that thing. You know what I'm saying? It just, I feel like we need to have an honest conversation. Jim Harbaugh is always in talks of going back to the NFL or choosing another school or something. Like, at some point we have to like hold Michigan accountable and stop believing in that team. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, they're very similar to Notre Dame. They're very similar to Oklahoma in the way that they're good. They can win their conference. I know Notre Dame don't have a conference, but they're good. They can make it to the dance. But anytime there's a big game, especially late in the season, somehow they always blow it. You know what I mean? So I just feel like there needs to be some kind of conversation about Michigan that people, in my opinion, just aren't talking about enough. You know what I'm saying? They have no excuse, in my opinion.
Let me
Um,
piggyback off what you're saying. Are you
uh-huh.
ready for this? I 100% agree with everything you said. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at this point, Michigan is going to probably make the playoffs again this year, and they should.
Yeah.
If Michigan gets to the playoffs this year again and flops right on their face again for the third year in a row, I think they're gonna have to have some conversations in Ann Arbor. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, like, and especially with Jim Harbaugh and everything he has going on, leaving and all that. I think I'm gonna go to the NFL. I mean, it sounds like to me let's just be real. He's horny to go to the NFL.
Yeah. You
Let's
want to
just
go
be,
back?
yeah, let's just be honest. He's just waiting on the opportunity at
Yep.
this point. He's going back to the NFL at some point. He's pretty much made that everything is clear that he's going back to the NFL at some point. If Michigan loses again and if they don't make it to the national championship, it's gonna be real messy
Yep.
for them because they don't play but 2 games a year. Penn State and I don't even
Ohio State.
I'm gonna say a game and a half a year. Because Penn State is kind of fraudulent to me, and we'll have a discussion about them another day. But Ohio State, that's really the only game they play all year.
Yeah, that's the last
Um,
game of the season.
and that's the last game of the season. So, in my opinion, if Michigan can't get it done this year, I don't think they're going to be able to get it done because this is the most talented
That's what I'm
team
saying.
they've had in a while. If they can't get it done this year with Blake Corum and
Donovan
Donovan
Edwards.
Edwards and Roman Wilson and all those guys and JJ McCarthy, who only threw like 7 passes the other day ago or whatever, I'm telling you now, this is going to be a real issue that I'm going to have with Michigan because this will be 3 years in a row you have completely fell on your face. Like, are y'all the Buffalo Bills now? Like,
Right.
that's kind of how it feels at this point. And then y'all got all this crap going on. It's always some cheating going on with y'all.
Always, man.
You
Always.
At this point, like I said, I'm with you 100%. If they don't get nothing done this year, as far as they haven't even won a playoff game in the last 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. They couldn't make it. They were struggling to make it because if you remember correctly, so obviously the first year Ohio State was in there, but it was one year that they couldn't make it because Penn State was actually the Big Ten champ. Yeah, but Ohio State was the one lost team, and they put Ohio State in, which in my opinion they shouldn't have did that because I felt like that set a bad precedent. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But so Michigan really ain't had a chance to make it until
you're right. Because Michigan State even made it a year.
That's right. I forgot about that. So not only
before
that's
Michigan
tough. So not only did your biggest rival in Ohio State make it, but your in-state rival in Michigan State also made it over you before you even got there. Yep. And then, now don't get me wrong, Michigan State didn't do nothing either when they got there. They got ran out the stadium. Yeah. But Michigan, I mean, they should have beat TCU last year. And I don't remember what happened the year before. Who did they play? Georgia? Or who
you talking about? Michigan? Yeah, it was Georgia.
In the year before?
No, so last year they played TCU, and then the year before was Georgia.
Yeah, right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just at some point Michigan has to make the national championship game, and to be completely honest with you, they need to win it, in my opinion, because when you're a perennial school like Ohio State and like Michigan, where basically y'all have an automatic bid if you win your conference, whichever one it is, because the way the last few seasons have been going. In my opinion, if they don't win it sometime soon, we need to have a conversation again. Like, it's just, and then it's expanding to 12, and it's tough for them to even make it past the first round when it's just 4 teams. How they gonna make it, all the way with 12 teams? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I just think Michigan as a program, I mean, it's in a good place. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it is.
It's in a really good place. It's just, sometimes you gotta lock in on them expectations. You know what I mean? You gotta lock in on them expectations.
Yeah, I 100% agree. One last thing before we move on to the NFL talk. Let's talk about the Texas quarterback situation real quick, because I mean, there was rumors today that pretty much said that Quinn Ewers is possibly coming back next season. Now, we already know that quarterback room is loaded. I think Malik Murphy is a really good quarterback. Solid. I think Arch Manning is going to be a good quarterback. What do you think happens if Quinn Ewers says, hey, man, I'm coming back to Texas for another year? Do you think, Arch hits the portal? Do you think Malik Murphy might hit the portal? What you think might happen? Because in my opinion, one of them gone. If Ewers say I'm coming back next year, one of them is gone, either Arch or either, Malik. So what do you think about it?
I think first and foremost, I think Quinn Ewers, I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for him because he just hasn't been able to put together a full season, because I think that's why he keep coming back, because he keep getting hurt. And because Texas, I think we can all agree that when Quinn Ewers is in the starting lineup, Texas is dangerous. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they probably would have beat, in my opinion, they would have beat Alabama last year if Quinn Ewers finished that game. Yeah. And then this year they did beat them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just think Quinn Ewers wants to give Texas a national championship, and I think he wants to finish the season, which is why he keeps coming back. But to answer your question, moving on to Malik Murphy and Arch Manning, to be honest, I personally think Malik, I think we've seen enough out of Malik to where the decision is really ultimately up to him. I think he should probably, I would say he should transfer and just find a place where he can just straight up start. Yeah. Because he looked good enough to where he can probably get that job right away. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I seen a tweet earlier that was talking about Archie though. I don't know how you feel about it, but they were saying Arch need to transfer and probably go to like a LSU or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or in my opinion, I think a Florida State even
Yeah.
should be there because I don't know who they quarterback is after Travis. I don't know.
I think
Um,
some AJ Duffy kid. I think I might be wrong though, but
I
yeah,
don't know. But I mean, it's just I think one or maybe even both might decide to transfer. I
yeah,
wouldn't be surprised. Because they kind of got the same classification. I think Malik is a red shirt. But I just think yeah, I think both of them should consider transferring. To be honest with you, if
yeah.
Quinn Ewers comes back,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with you, man. I pretty much agree with everything you said there. I think that Quinn Ewers keeps coming back because he can't stay healthy,
yeah,
unfortunately. And that's really just the whole thing,
that's
scheme of things. And maybe scouts have told him in the NFL, "Hey, man, if you come out this year, you're going second or third round." And
yeah,
maybe they said next year quarterback class is a little lighter. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Come back another year, and then you could be up there quarterback one. Because I'm telling you now, when you look at next year's quarterback class, who's there? Honestly, it to me, in my opinion, it's Carson Beck, Shador Sanders. That's kind of it. We thought Drew Ayers was going to be there. I don't know if he's. I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't
K
know.
Klubnik, same thing. I'm still trying to figure out.
Nah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
nah.
saying. Like I'm still trying to figure out. And he played a good game the other day ago too, by the way. But I'm
Yeah,
still trying to figure out if he even would go because when you look at next year's quarterback class, it's pretty light.
it's
I
light,
mean,
man.
so
I don't
Quinn
know who.
Ewers could very well, if he balls out next year, takes Texas to a national championship, whatever, he could easily be quarterback one coming out next
Yeah,
year. So maybe he's gotten that advice that, hey, man, if I come back another year, I can be quarterback one coming out the draft and
that's
make more
probably what
money
they
instead
told.
of coming out and being a third round pick.
Yeah,
So maybe that's the case. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about that whole situation.
I who you so if Arch were to transfer or if Malik were to transfer, where do you want them to go? Where do you think is a good spot for him?
I think Arch. The thing with Arch, man, I think a lot of sense would be made for him to go to LSU. He's already from the New Orleans area, and then we
Okay.
already know Jaden Daniels is definitely gone, going on to the NFL. I would think at this point. So I could definitely see the LSU. I could definitely see the Ole Miss ties. You know, he got family that went there and stuff like that
Yeah,
with Eli and stuff.
Eli.
So the Ole Miss ties is definitely there. You know, never sleep on Florida State in the portal. You know, they
Yeah, that's
always
what I'm
make
saying.
moves. And shoot, I don't know what Jalen Milroe's situation is. I wouldn't sleep on Bama, honestly. If Jalen Milroe collapses down the line here and doesn't play well, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And then for
Yeah.
Malik Murphy, I could see him going to a decent size school too, maybe somewhere like a UNC after Drake May
Okay.
leaves or
Okay.
something like that. I could see him going somewhere like that. Maybe
What
not
about
as
LSU
big
for
as
him?
Arch, but somewhere like that.
LSU for him for Malik. What about
Yeah,
for
LSU. Yeah,
they took
yeah.
because Jaden
Washington.
Daniels wasn't
Washington's another one because
who
Phoenix would be gone. So
who
again, he's got a couple of options.
you said who?
Washington, the Huskies.
Oh yeah 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 yeah
Yeah,
yeah
because
yeah yeah yeah.
Phoenix Junior will be gone.
Right
So
right right
that'll be
right.
another
Yeah.
place that he could go. So that's just my opinion on. That's kind of the
I,
places I would probably
yeah.
say he could go.
I seen somebody say Tennessee that ain't happening.
No,
Doggone Nico got that on lock,
Nico got that on lock. Yeah, that's not
and then
happening.
I think
Right,
somebody
that ain't
said
happening.
Ohio State. I think it's too early to tell for
Yeah,
Ohio State
because
because
Cal McCourt can come back. He's gonna come back.
he coming back, but
Yeah,
if they mess around and win the national championship, I don't think that you move on from no Kyle McCord.
yeah, you
You know
can't.
what
Yeah,
I'm saying? For I mean they could, but I think that's a little harsh.
yeah, I agree. I 100%
But
agree.
but no, yeah, we can move on to the NFL talk though. Speaking of quarterbacks, if you ready,
Yep.
um, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, T. When I look around the league this year, I ain't seen no quarterback that really popped off to me. I mean, it's a handful of guys. You know what I'm saying? And we can go through all 32 real quick if you want to, but it's a few guys that in the NFL right now who I think look good. Everybody else has kind of been middle of the road. I don't think nobody's really looked great all season long. You know what I mean? So give me your take real quick on basically who is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, and who's looked good all year.
So the best quarterback in the NFL right now is still Patrick Mahomes at this
Uh-huh.
moment. He's still the best quarterback in the NFL at this moment. You
Uh-huh.
want to know who's playing the best right now? It's that guy in Houston, CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
People might not want to hear this. I think right now he is in the MVP race and
Yeah.
probably is the front runner at this point.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Um, as far as the whole season, like I said, I think again, Patrick Mahomes is really hard to put that. I can't put him no lower than one. That's just how it goes. But CJ Stroud is doing tremendous. I think honestly, Dak Prescott the last 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah.
is playing really good. I also think Jalen Hurts has stepped it up the last week or two. He's
Yeah.
playing better. So the quarterback play is getting better. Joe Burrow has been doing pretty well
Yeah.
as
He's
well.
a little bit better.
But again, the quarterback play this year has been subpar in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about your boy Lamar. I think the last couple of weeks he's taken a little bit of a step back.
Yeah.
And once again, Cleveland's a great defense, so that's not like a knock or anything like that. I would like to see him making more plays. Josh Allen is an absolute fraud. I'm done putting that guy in my top 5. He has turned over the ball more than any quarterback the last 4 seasons in a row. They pulled up a stat last year that said 2019, guess who led in interceptions? Josh Allen. 2020, guess who? Josh Allen. 2021, guess who? Josh Allen. 22, guess who, Cam? Josh Allen. And guess who now? Year 3, 2023, who is doing it again? Who has the most interceptions in the league right now? Josh Allen. Bro, I'm done. I was a believer. I had him at number 3 in my quarterback rankings just a few months ago. I have him at like 6 now.
Yeah, that's where I had him. I had him at 6.
I have him at 6. You can't be a top 3 quarterback and you're turning over the ball that much. You just can't. It's getting ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
Every single season, he has turned over the ball way too much. And at this point, we're in year 6 or 7 now.
It's not changing.
We're in year 6 of his career, bro. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Josh Allen is still a good quarterback. He's still, you know what I'm saying, franchise, but I get all that. He's still top 6. I don't put him anything lower than 6 or 7, but he's no longer top 5 to me. You can't be a quarterback, and the most important thing is to not have turnovers, and you do that consistently.
Yeah,
I can't put you at number 3.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think overall this season, I agree with you about Stroud. Stroud should be your leading MVP candidate right now. He should be at Houston. That turnaround and just the way that he's just basically took over the league. I mean, my God, he had 485 yards and 5 of them things a couple weeks ago, and led a comeback victory. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Beat the Bengals this weekend. Isn't that who he played?
Yeah.
Beat them. Ran them
in their place. And they had won 3 games in a row.
Crazy, bro. They was hot, and it just, again, man. But overall, when I look at all the guys, and the reason why I brought that up is because Lamar Jackson, you know he's my favorite player.
Yeah.
I agree that his play this season, and again, he coming off injury. I can make all the excuses in the world, but the simple mere fact of the matter is that him, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts at times, Geno Smith from a year ago, Tua against good teams. Who else can I name, bro? Kenny Pickett ain't been good. Mac Jones obviously ain't been good. You know what I'm saying? Like when I look at the whole league, I can only name.
So after you get done with this point, let's do this. We're gonna go through every team starting quarterbacks and give them a grade. Let's do that. Let's do that after you get done with your sentence here. We can go
ahead and do that right now.
Okay. Let's do it. So let's start in the NFC South where we're at. Let's start with Tampa Bay. I think Baker has been better than what I have expected. Yeah. I think he's one of the quarterbacks that actually has taken a step forward. I would actually give Baker Mayfield like a B- right now. He did a really good job this season.
That's what I was going to give him, a B-. I agree. I don't think he ain't been – I mean, he straight up, he ain't been trash. And that's a step forward for him. So I agree. B- is good. They slipping a little bit lately.
Yeah,
I don't. Did they win this weekend? I think they won this.
I'm
Or
not
did they
sure.
lose?
Oh yeah, they did. They played the Titans. They won. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's right. But yeah, but I know to start the season they were sitting at the top of the division. I think they're sitting at third right now. Or they might be actually no, they might be second. B
I
minus
think
though.
they're second, I believe.
We'll
Yeah.
go B minus. Falcons. I don't know who they.
Ritter, you know what I'm giving him.
He a damn F.
Yeah, Ritter is not. Desmond Ritter is an F for
Yeah,
me.
F. They got
Yeah,
Heineke
the
though.
dude's terrible, bro. And Heineke wasn't
Both
much
of them.
better.
I'm gonna give them both a F.
Yeah,
Shit.
Heineke wasn't much better,
I'm gonna
man.
give them both
Yeah.
a F. New Orleans. I'm gonna give Derek Carr. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give him a. They winning. I don't know how much they winning
Not
because of him though.
no.
I'm about to say I might straight up give him like a.
I'm
I
gonna give him
might
a
give that
D.
man like a C or something like that
I'm giving him
to
a
the
D.
D.
D
I was gonna
plus.
say yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him a C just because they sitting at the top of the division. I'm gonna give him a C minus. But
they ain't at the top of the division because of Derek Carr. They're at the top of the division because their defense is playing well.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the Panthers. Let's just talk about it. Bryce Young. I mean, again, he ain't got a lot of help. I gotta give Bryce Young a D, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hold you. I know he a rookie, and I know he's in a bad situation, but Bryce,
a D.
he ain't been good. I gotta give him a D. I gotta be straight up with him.
I give him a D. Let's move on to the NFC North. So you got the Lions, Jared Goff. I think I give Jared Goff probably a I probably give him an A minus.
Yeah, I was about to say B plus
really
A minus. He's been really good.
Yeah, he's been really good. And then you got the Green Bay Packers. I do want to talk about Jordan Love just for a little bit. I'm gonna give early season Jordan Love. I'm not gonna hold you. A plus he was hooping. These last couple weeks, I don't know what is happening to him, bro. Golly, man. I'm overall on the season. I'm gonna have to give him a C, like just straight up in the middle. He lucky that he got that though. These last couple weeks, straight up been a D or an F almost. It's been bad at times. I'm gonna give him a C though. Overall,
I ain't gonna lie. I have to give him a D, man. Jordan Love has not been good, bro.
No,
he
not
started
lately.
off hot, but I mean, 2,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I mean, it ain't been good, bro.
And
let's talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that 10 interceptions come in after he started the season with a 6-0 touchdown.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So he what's that 8 to 10?
Yeah.
Nah,
I can't do that. So I'm gonna have to give him a D. Let's move on to
the Bears.
I guess the Bears, because you got Fields, but you got Bajent too as well. I mean, I feel like Fields was having an average year. I would probably give him a C at this point.
Yeah, I would agree. I would have said, I think before he went down with injury, because he was coming off of 2 straight games. He had 3 touchdowns and then 4.
Yeah.
And I think they said he kind of reverted back the game that he got hurt. So I probably give him a C or a C minus. And then Bajent, man, he ain't no good either. He probably get a D or a F something. Yeah,
he had one good half, and it was Jover after that. He had one good game.
But the Vikings, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna give
Josh Dobbs balling, man.
I'm gonna give both of them boys an A. I'm gonna give Kirk an A and Josh Dobbs.
Kirk and Josh Dobbs both getting A's from me. I'm not gonna
give them an A.
Both of them boys, they have a really good team, and I think their coach Kevin O'Connell is doing a tremendous job and deserves possibly Coach of the Year credit right up there with the D'Amico Ryans. I mean, he's doing a tremendous job. I would give Dobbs honestly an A plus, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm not mad at
what he's done is tremendous. I'm not even gonna hold you. And Kurt was doing the same thing. Kurt was hooping too.
Yeah,
so I would give them both high grades in my opinion. Let's go ahead. So that would be NFC. That's the complete NFC North. So let's go to the NFC West. How you feel about the Seattle Seahawks and Geno?
Geno, I ain't gonna hold you. Geno gonna have to get he might get a C.
Yeah, at best. I C too.
Yeah, he gonna get a C at best. He kind of regressed from a season ago.
Yeah,
I hate that for him.
yeah.
I don't know if it's all his fault though. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But again, let's see.
Yeah.
Give me Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Now
I'm
this is
kind of gonna
tough.
go. I'm gonna kind of go C as well on Brock Purdy
Yeah,
because he started out the season really good, and then really the last 4 games have just been kind of
yeah,
mediocre, pretty much. I
yeah.
mean, so again, I'm probably gonna have to give him a C. I know they did get the win um,
He
on Sunday,
he
but
he played pretty good Sunday, so I'm gonna give him a
I'm gonna give him a C plus. I'll
I'm
give him a
gonna give him
C
a B.
plus.
I'm gonna give him a B minus. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give him a B minus. I think because he's still like one of the leaders in like passer rating
yeah.
and
He
stuff.
played.
I
He
know.
played well against Jacksonville. I think
Yeah,
he had. Excuse me. I
he
think he had 3 touchdowns. He played good
mhm,
against Jacksonville,
yeah.
but before that, he was struggling. Man, I'm not
Oh
gonna.
yeah, yeah.
But
It
let's
was
go ahead to the next one.
the Rams. I
Stafford. They're 3-6. Started off the year real hot, man.
think he
Um,
missed a game in there. He
yeah.
missed a game or two.
I think I'm gonna go C on this one too, as well, man.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie because when you look at Puka Nakua and also as well Cooper, I mean,
And
those are
Tutu
2 really
Atwell.
good weapons that he has, and you would just kind of expect more. I would probably put him in that C range as well.
Yeah, yeah. I give him that.
Yeah,
He getting old. That's the
yeah,
truth. That's the
yeah,
truth of it. He just getting
yeah.
old, bro.
Really, that's really
He didn't
it.
had a good career, but he need to go ahead and think about
Yeah,
hanging it
hang it
up,
up.
bro.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Cardinals. So that would be Josh Dobbs or
I mean,
Kyler Murray.
again, Kyler just played his first game, and I thought he played tremendous
Played
against
great
a really good Atlanta defense.
and
I would
won.
probably give Kyler. I mean, it's too early to tell because he only played 1 game, but I mean, off that performance, I'll give him like a B plus. I thought he played
Yeah.
really well, especially coming off an ACL tear and
Yep.
pretty much hadn't played in almost a year.
Yep. I agree.
And then also as well, like Dobbs, I already told you, hey,
Hey.
like
Yeah.
he's been tremendous.
Yeah. I agree. Same as that score, A and then B plus for Kyler Murray for sure.
Yeah.
And the NFC East, last but not least, Eagles, Hurts.
So Jalen Hurts started off really slow. He
He
did,
started off
but
slow.
he's getting it together now. So I'm gonna give him a B. I would give him a B.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a B plus because they were still winning.
Yeah, and
Actually,
so
no.
we're still winning. Yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna give him an A minus. Matter of fact, because they was winning,
yeah,
and he wasn't playing great football, but he also wasn't playing. I'm the reason why they losing football. You
yeah.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So I'm gonna give
Yeah,
him
I'll
an
give
A
him a B
minus.
plus off that. Yeah.
Yeah. I go and then next Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott.
Dak's playing really good football right now. I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to hear that because people like to pick on Dak and say he's a scrubino or whatever. Dak is playing really good football right now, bro. I slick want to give him an A minus. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna hold you. He's playing
Yeah.
really good football right now, and he deserves some credit because I think
Yeah.
he gets way too much slander. I think
For
Dak's
sure.
playing good ball right now.
I'm gonna give him an A minus too. I agree. I like that. The Commanders. Sam Howell. Hey
All of
man.
a sudden, man,
Hey
all of a
man.
sudden, Washington, they might have
Might
something.
have one, man. I ain't gonna
They
lie.
might have. I'm gonna be honest, bro. For what he is and where they drafted him at, I'm giving him a B, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I'm gonna give him a B
I
plus.
think what he's doing right now with that team. I mean, he took Seattle to the wire the other day. Going, Seattle's a really good team.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 312 yards, bro. I'm putting him. Slick want to give him a B plus, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you because
I'm gonna do it.
look at his season overall: 2,700 yards, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. For a guy like Sam Howell, that's not completely
That's good.
terrible.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he lead the league in passing yards right now.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him a B plus.
Yeah.
He's playing really good, and I think I hope he can only get better. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
Hopefully he'll only get better from here.
Mhm.
He looking like the quarterback that a lot of people thought he was gonna be way
Yeah.
back when he was at UNC. So that's good for him.
Yeah.
Man. The Giants.
F.
F for everybody.
F.
Everybody.
That offense is terrible.
That Daniel Jones top 10 shit that I was talking about earlier in the year is
Jover.
It's Jover, bro. It's Jover. It is Jover. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was I'm not. I mean, I still. You was right about how you said about the Giants. You literally said you expected this. I don't know if you expected this bad, but you expected some kind of regression.
Yeah, I
And
did. I thought they peaked too early.
This is trash right here. They look like the worst. Damn, they're the worst team in the NFL. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Them and the Panthers.
Yeah. That's the whole East, right?
Yep, that's the whole NFC. Yep.
Okay, let's go to the AFC. So let's start. Let's with the South. Let's just start with the Titans, Tannehill and Levis.
I think
matter of
Levis
fact, let me go ahead and say it for me. Tannehill is a doggone F.
For me. Yeah, Tannehill F, bro. Yeah.
Now you might this might come as a shock to you, but do you know? So Tannehill is actually the second oldest starting quarterback in the league.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was him and Stafford. Stafford's the oldest right now.
Yeah.
Tannehill need to go ahead and hang it up.
Yeah.
He was bad. He was bad. I think he had 3 touchdowns in 5 or 6 games. Yeah. And then Levis obviously blew that out when his first game had 4 of them things, I think. So get Tannehill up out of here.
I actually would give Levis like a C+. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Oh shit. I was about to give him a he was probably about to get a B from me or a B.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He's played well, man. You can tell he's learning on the job, but Levis is playing pretty good, man. I give him like a C+, B-.
Yeah. I'm kind of happy for him too. I know a lot of people, including myself, we kind of gave him a lot of flack coming out the draft, and I think most of that it was due to, unfortunately, the circumstances of the media and how they portray certain quarterbacks versus other quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? And I think that went back on him, but he don't seem like a bad person at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he deserved that. So I do want to kind of apologize and give him his credit and his flowers because he do deserve.
Yeah, Will Levis is playing good football right now.
Yeah. But moving on, who else in the South? Oh, the Jag. All right, T. We need to talk.
Okay.
Lawrence, we need to have a talk.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hold you. We need to have a talk. Trevor. Boy. So Trevor's my fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay? He ain't doing nothing for me, bro. I'm not going obviously I'm not gonna give him no F or no D. He way better than that. I mean, the Jags sitting at the top of the division.
Barely.
But I don't know if I can give Trevor anything over a B-. I don't think I can.
I was gonna take it a step farther. I don't think I can give it anything over a C+. I'll be straight up with you. I love Trevor. You know how I feel about Trevor.
I do too. I do too, but I'm not gonna lie, Trevor, boy. And again, I don't think it's all his fault, especially this weekend. Yeah. They just played against a really, 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 really hungry.
I mean, even on the season, though, bro, he only got 2,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions.
Yeah, he's not moving nothing. He's not moving nothing.
He didn't know nothing. Like I said, I'm gonna do you one better. I don't think I can give him anything more than a C+. C is about where he at.
Yeah, it's not been a good year for him, but I think, at the same time, this is why that was kind of one of the reasons why I said I think quarterback play is just down in the league, because to me he don't look like he regressing. It's just the production's just not there right now. You know, that's the same way I feel about Geno Smith. I don't think Geno been regressing. I just think the production just ain't been adding up. But let's move on to okay, so I'm gonna say Anthony Richardson. I'm gonna give AR. Honestly, I give him an A-. I thought he played really well.
He was playing pretty good. Well, I'll give him a B+. I thought he was playing pretty well when he was healthy.
Yeah, when he was there. And then Gardner Minshew, I ain't gonna lie, he ain't really been doing nothing.
Yeah, I'll give him a C.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Pretty average. Houston, we don't even need to talk. A+.
A+ for sure.
I mean, CJ Stroud's the MVP front runner.
Yeah, A+. AFC, so West, I think. No, we went North next. AFC North. Okay, Lamar.
I'm gonna go B-. I still playing a good season, but he gotta string together some wins, and he gotta string together some more successful passing games, in my opinion, for me to really put him up there. But I would say B-.
I'm gonna give him a B, because they're still at the top of the AFC North.
I tell you about Cleveland though in the preseason.
You did, you did. You told me they was raw. Yeah, you told me they was raw. They raw. They raw. I'm gonna give because I think they won game out. of the
Yep.
league right now, or half a game actually.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens this weekend because I think the Ravens can fall as far as third if they lose to the Bengals on Thursday.
Yep.
Is that right? And then
That is
Cleveland will
correct.
take
Yep.
them. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, it'd be second or third, something like that. But then Burrow. So we can move on to Burrow. I'm gonna give Joe Burrow. I'm gonna give him a B minus.
Yeah, I was gonna give him the same thing because he
Yeah.
started out slow, but he's really
Started
starting to get
real
it
slow.
now.
But he's starting to get better though. So I'm gonna give him a B minus. Kenny Pickett, F for me.
Yeah, that dude
Yeah,
stinks.
doggone F.
Yeah.
He bad. Now I think that was another take I was gonna have. I was actually gonna say, I think I did end up saying it, that he was gonna be a top 12 or something like that.
Yeah, you did.
That's another shit take, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You
Take
missed
him.
on that one.
That was a big miss. And that miss, I can't even attribute that to nothing.
Yeah.
He just stink.
Yeah. Matt Canada don't help him though, but yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. And then Deshaun Watson, I'm gonna give him. He played
C
better
minus,
last
C.
week.
Yeah, I'm still not moved. I'm gonna say C.
Shoot, he lucky to get that. I'm gonna give him a D.
Yeah, C minus. That's kind of where I'm at with him.
I'm gonna give him a D. I think he kind of his production about on the same level as Derek Carr.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him a D. West. Okay, Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm gonna give him an A minus, B, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, something like that. He ain't got no wide receiver help, so I mean, it's ain't much he can really do. He better than what he already doing. So I'm gonna give him an A.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Man, I'm gonna give him he probably gonna get a B.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there for me. Obviously, his stats always gonna look good, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't translating to no wins. Honestly, matter of fact, no, I'm gonna give him a B minus because it ain't translating to nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying right now. How you feel about Herbert? What you got him?
I probably put him in that B range as well. Yeah, because like you said, it's not translating to wins like that.
It ain't and at quarterback,
he's actually having a good season, but you know,
the numbers say he been really good. You know, it just I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of what's his numbers looking like? How many? What he looking like?
So Herbert on the season, which they played a really good game against the Lions too, the other night ago. I thought that was probably the best game I've seen this season. So Herbert on the season, man, his stats are actually pretty decent. 2,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Pretty good season.
Yeah,
so good. Far. It's just not translating to wins because this team is 4-5 and is way too talented to be 4-5, which is why I think Staley should absolutely
need to be gone, bro.
Yeah,
I don't understand. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get back on the Chargers in a minute. Okay. So then,
Russ. Let's go to Russ. Russ is actually kind of playing better lately these last couple weeks. I'm still gonna put him at like a C plus though.
I'm actually gonna give Russ. I'm gonna give him a. Yeah, I think it's. I give him a C plus. I think Russ. I think he getting a lot of hate.
Yeah, he does.
To be honest with you, and I don't think a lot of it is deserved. Last year they was bad, but this year he been a lot better.
I mean, they've won the last 3 games, man. They're really starting to get it together, man.
There you go. Yeah, so I give him a B minus for me, and then the Raiders, man, Garoppolo F, and then
O'Connell ain't much better.
O'Connell F too. I mean, them boys, that's a bad situation to be in. And to be fair to both of them, it ain't their fault.
Yeah, it's not.
It ain't their fault at all.
And shout out to Antonio Pierce, man. He got the boys winning 2 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? They rolling, so good for him.
Shout out to him for sure. And then last but not least, the East.
Yeah. So I'll run through the whole conference real quick for me. Mac Jones F. Dude sucks.
He got to get like an F minus.
Yeah, he's been bad. Yeah. Zach Wilson, not much better. F. He just hasn't been good. Who else is in there? Bills, Josh Allen. I'm gonna be honest, bro. The turnovers, I don't care. To me, I'm putting him at C, bro. Like, it's too many turnovers for Josh Allen, and for him to be the talent he is, to not be better than what he
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I mean,
And they
in
sitting
my
outside
opinion.
they
And
sitting outside the playoffs
Tua,
too.
I would give him like a B plus. I think Tua's been really good this year.
Yeah.
So that's
I
kind of
go
where I would be B plus A minus. I wouldn't be mad at neither one of those.
yeah. I go yeah, F and then two I probably go A minus.
Yeah.
Um
Mhm.
because they do have the best offense, or they
Yeah.
did. And then Josh Allen, yeah, I'll probably go C. Because they sitting outside the playoffs, they sitting just at 500 right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably go, yeah, definitely a C for sure. Um, well, good. But back to the Chargers real quick. Let's just talk about them just for a second, if that's cool with
Mhm.
you. I did want to bring up the point that I think I've seen a stat, and they've been posting the same stat, just updated for the last seem like 2 years.
Mhm.
But the Chargers have scored and have given up the same exact amount of points since Justin Herbert got there. It's crazy, bro.
They're
Like,
the Falcons of the West Coast, bro. I mean, that's really what they are. The Chargers are just a terrible ran organization, bro. At the end of the day, that's really what the Chargers are. They're literally the Falcons of the West. The Atlanta Falcons that are in light blue and yellow.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, because the Falcons did make a Super Bowl more recently. You see
I
what I'm
mean, yeah.
saying?
But I'm more so
Like,
talking like in the last like 4 or 5 years, more
oh,
so.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers. See, the thing about them is it's something that's always like they can't ever put together 3 phases of football
Yep.
over a course of the season. I don't know if you remember this, but they're the only team in NFL history, if I'm not mistaken, to have the number 1 offense and the number 1 defense and to miss the playoffs. This happened when Phillip Rivers was still their quarterback, but the reason was because they had the number 32 special teams, and they literally could not stop people on special teams. That's 4th down. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's how bad they was. I think they was 8-8 that year and missed the playoffs with the number 1 offense and the
Yeah.
number 1 defense.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, bro.
Mm.
And it's still kind of the same exact deal. Like, elite skill players. I don't think there's a team, in my humble opinion, I don't know if there's a team built better than the LA Chargers from
Yeah.
front to back.
Yeah.
You got
They got it on defense, offense, wide receivers,
running back. They got
running
everything. They
back.
got a top 5 quarterback, top 10 running back, 2 top 15 wide receivers, 2 good tight ends. Defensively, they got 2 of the best edge rushers in the game. You know what I'm saying? They got the best safety in the game. They
Yeah,
got one of the
safety,
best
yeah.
corners in the game. You know what I'm saying? Why have they not done anything? Why did they blow a
Coaching.
20-something point lead in the
Coaching.
playoffs?
Coaching.
It's coaching.
Yeah, coaching.
Brandon Staley need to be fired. They owner is not doing Justin Herbert a service right now. He's doing him a disservice right now. It's bad.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I agree. I can't disagree with you at all. I think the LA Chargers, like you said, they got everything they need to win. They just cannot get over the hump. And a lot of it is because organizational structure and coaching. I mean, that's just really what it is.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, they're literally the Atlanta Falcons that are in LA. That's what they are, pretty much.
Trash.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Before we end off the night, I know we already kind of touched on it, but who do you think should be the front runner in MVP? Because for me, it's CJ Stroud right now.
Yeah. So they're not gonna do it, unfortunately, because he's a rookie. They didn't because like I said last week, Dak Prescott, his rookie year, they was 13-3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't remember if you remember that, but they were saying he should have been in the MVP talks.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't get it. So,
but I think a lot of that was because a lot of his success, I think a lot of people thought was predicated off of Ezekiel Elliott being such a good running back.
But see that
CJ Stroud don't got that like issue.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
Like CJ Stroud literally rolling that team with Nico Collins and Tank Dell.
Yeah.
So again, I think that might be the difference this time is that he don't have a running game to depend on. He got Dalton Schultz looking better than what he looked like in the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So again, I think that's why I think there is a chance. Will it happen? Probably not. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance, bro. Honestly,
he should be the front runner right now for sure.
Absolutely.
But if not him, I think Jalen Hurts needed a nod.
Yeah.
I think Lamar Jackson should still be in the mix. I think, well, obviously Patrick Mahomes always going to be in the
Yeah,
mix.
he are.
Patrick Mahomes probably, it's probably going to come down between him and Jalen again.
Yeah.
But I think it should be if the season ended today, and if we had votes, we would have voted. We would vote for Stroud.
Yeah, same. I mean, that's pretty much how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Damn, is there anything else, man? Good episode again tonight, man. We appreciate y'all's love and support, man. Is
Yeah,
there
for
anything
sure.
else you want to go over tonight, man, before we head out?
I don't think so, man. I think that's good. We're gonna be back. We didn't talk about no NBA this week.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, it's still early in the season.
Early, yeah.
I have no idea what's going on with that play-in tournament.
I
I
still
need
don't
somebody.
really get it.
I
I
need
know
somebody.
Steph Curry was pretty much telling us, like, hey, y'all need to shut up and read, pretty much. Did you see that when he was pretty much? Yeah, he was like, well, it was in a press conference that he was like, well, the running joke is like, don't nobody really know what's going on, but he kind of insinuated all y'all really gotta do is just sit down and read. Like,
But it's too much though, man. Ain't nobody trying to read all of that.
I don't really get it. And even when he explained it, it really still wasn't really that clear. Like, as he tried to make it seem like, and I love Steph. That's my favorite player in the league as far as like, outside of the Hawks players. But yeah, like, but it still don't really make sense to me. It's just a money grab. That's pretty much what this.
That's what it seemed to be. And then I know LeBron said the other day. He said we really just out here playing for that $500K.
Yeah, facts.
That's all they
real.
want, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't get it. I truth be told, I don't know if anybody even cares. I don't know how.
So do they get $500K a piece or like as a
everybody,
team?
The whole team get $500K. I think. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think every player get $500K. Which is good for like.
Which is good, for like somebody on the bench.
Yeah, for your 14th and 15th players. Yeah. Especially if you call them up from the G League or something like that.
Yeah.
That's good. So that's cool. I know to a guy like LeBron, it don't mean nothing, but he said, well, LeBron cheap, so they say he want that money. But but I don't know. I don't get it. And I don't know. Maybe
we'll talk about that next week, man.
Yeah.
We'll be back next Tuesday night, man. Once again, bro, Cam, appreciate you, man, and appreciate you being on here with me again, as always. We might try to bring some guests on probably after the holidays, guys, because we know a lot of people are traveling right now and gonna be traveling and stuff the next couple of weeks, really. So maybe after New Year's, we'll probably start bringing guests back on. But yeah, man, once again, another great episode, man. Cam, if you don't got anything else tonight, man, we're gonna go ahead and peace out, y'all. Love and happiness. We'll see y'all next Tuesday to talk some more sports, man. Peace, love, and happiness to y'all.
Yo.